Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. I am almost fresh from the hairdresser today. I had to tame my greys. Just getting myself up on my second screen. So today I have already shared what I'm playing with. Hello Miss Jamie, good afternoon. We are playing with the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. Now I bought this stamp set because I've always loved magnolias and I have neglected to play with it with you. Hey Margine, hey Viv, just because I haven't got around to it. So hey Vic, I have made a card that I shared last month with this stamp set. It is gorgeous. That is part one, and this is part two. It is a two-part stamp set. Hey Chrissy, yeah, so this is a card that I've made using the stamp. So even though it's not a Christmas, I was sort of channeling a Christmas sort of color scheme, and I did use blends. Yeah, it's still wet, but there are no greys, so this is a good thing. And he got the shits and did a bit of a trim too. Shouldn't have said that. He didn't like the way my hair was sitting, and he did that. And I have played with the Magnolia Lane note cards and envelopes, and the, what are they called? Note cards and envelopes, and the Memories and More cards. Hey Helen, oh my god, everyone's zooming by here. Oh, hey Sherry, sorry I've only missed you. I shouldn't say only. But yeah, so these are some of the note cards and envelopes that also coordinate with this set. And I made these in a video quite a number of months ago. And these are the matching envelopes, which have beautiful silver detail. So I don't have anything cut. We are playing by the seat of my pants. I have sort of chosen some colors. No, it's not windy here, Jamie, because I'm in the valley. It's not super windy at all. I cannot see a leaf rustling outside. Hey Julie, thank you so much for sharing, Chrissy. I do appreciate it. So, hey Patricia, oh my god, everyone's here. Jeannie, yay! I'm so glad. Oh, it's still wet. Actually, it's crunchy. It's drying. It's drying. I can't crunch it until it's dry. But just seeing me with wet hair, still the same old me here. So I'm going to flick us around. I'm going to try and get my second screen. Oh, it helps if I press play and the second screen will work. Oh my god, what an amazing concept. Oh, you might get blown to New Zealand. I hope no gum tree branches drop for you as well, Miss Jamie. So let's flick us around and see where we're going to go today. So I might need some audience participation, as always. For some reason, I think I may have to change over my second screen. I was doing a bit of an experiment, and I don't think my experiment is working, which is a bit annoying. Blowing a gale, see, because I live, oh sorry, oh it's actually, I was told that at the hairdresser, to tell you the truth, and it's actually, I'm wearing a blue top, not a purple top, and my nails are purple. But yeah, if that's what you want to say, I'm matching. Good-o. But I don't think I'm matching. But anyway. Oh, way too far, Miss Jane. Right. I think we're good, and I can't check on my second screen, because I was trying to play with my laptop and it's not really working. So just let me try one more thing, and the thing is I'm standing up at the moment, so it's not bear with me a few seconds so you can have a closer look at this stamp set while I'm going. And for some reason it's not live video. Just trying an experiment so I've got more desk space. So let's see if this works now. And you know what? It's not going to. So I'm going to have to, when I turn, yes, bear with. That's exactly right, Jamie. Bear with, as said on one of my favourite shows ever, Miranda. I will turn off the light and grab my laptop. Okay, lights off, got my laptop. Hopefully we've got enough charge to get us through. I shouldn't touch wood, technically be taking up that much space today, because I'm keeping this card fairly simple. Now it would help if I mute myself. There we go. Right, I think I am watching myself. I will turn off my iPad because it's not working for me. And wet, windy day. Hey Alicia. Oh, hey Philomena. Sorry you dropped in during my technical difficulties. Oh, hopefully Lucette drops in. She just left me a message on my photo. Oh no. NTL, is that Newcastle? Hey Shannon, thanks for joining. Okay, right. So, good morning Magnolia, Stampin Blends. I need my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I will, vanilla or Whisper White. I think I'm going to go vanilla today for something a bit different. Now, I need my normal very vanilla. Grab this down, see if, and I'm thinking I might do two. And if I do, look, I'll do two and I'll give one away. One for me, one for someone else who's watching and leaves a comment. So, yeah, okay. See, I'm not used to the Newcastle thing. Airport abbreviation is the words I'm looking for. So, my handy dandy trimmer, and I still, no, I do only have a single piece. Cutting this a bit smaller than the card front, and because I'm not doing anything special, it won't matter. Measurements. Hey Delinda, thank you girls so much for joining and sharing, because a lot of you share it and then, oh, what size did I just cut that to? The correct size. Right, just had a moment that I was cutting it to the incorrect size. Okay. Right, so the reason I'm using the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set at the moment is magnolias are currently out in bloom in my neck of the woods here in Australia. So I wanted to, I'm being inspired because they're actually out. I was driving very slowly by the golf course, our local golf course yesterday, a couple of days ago on Wednesday. Today's, no, not on Wednesday, on Monday. Don't even know what day of the week it is. I think I actually need my super huge block for this. I could also use the Stamper Artist, but we're not going to. And my blocks are actually clean. Yes, I have no idea why, but I thought the Rococo Rose that I want to use would blend very well with the vanilla. So I don't use enough, but surprisingly all the Christmas things I have bought are all based around Berry Vanilla. So there you go. Oh, I know. That's why the ones I saw were like this Rococo Rose colour. So that's why I'm going to be using these. So I've just got my scratch piece of paper here. And I'm going to just go for it, really. Hello, Miss Wedgie. How are you? Oh, I know. And this week's been, I was abruptly woken up this morning by my son, who needed me to print something out for him because they can't print from their phones to the printer, but I can. So that was, yeah, not the best start to the day, but you know. Now I find this block terribly big, but we're just going to make it work. And ta-da, it's stamped beautifully actually. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to see how this looks, whether I want more than one, because I want it to look a little different to the card I already have made. I know, considering I'm not using the Stamparatus, I am rather impressed. Probably didn't need to ink it up that much. It is such a beautiful suite. Oh, Deborah, I'm so happy. I am, Woodbridge, it's not actually windy here, because I am at the back of a valley, like right up against the hills, so it must all be going over us. Oh, I moved a touch, but I like that one. So that's card front one. And then I may add in the little bud, but I promise this colouring is going to be fairly simple. And I do have a friend coming over to drop something off, and she's actually a bit of a colourer in her own right. Thanks, Leanne. PM. What am I saying? Oh, thank you. But it is a beautiful sunny day, and I have not even put on a jacket today. So I'm just wearing like a 3/4 sleeve length top. So it is actually a beautiful day. It's just in some parts it's very windy. Okay, let's see that I not wiggle this one, but it's a handmade card if we wiggle a little bit. But the Stamparatus, whilst I could have made using the Stamparatus work, because I'm using the same stamp in a couple of different orientations, it's just not quite going to work. Okay, that one was better. Okay, now just let me see. I wouldn't mind nestling. Well, this one I haven't inked up before, so I'm going to give it a bit of attention there. So this one I'm going to nestle in here, and let's see. That works lovely. Very, very nice. Just adds a bit of something. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. So I like 3. I like odd numbers. It works really nicely. What's next week meant to be like for visitors, Jamie? Although she's probably in Sydney now, freezing the bazookas off. Okay, and I may do this one on a bit of a different orientation. Right, done. Now they are all going to be the same colour, but I'm going to make them all a bit different. So that's my stamping so far done. I have no idea what I'm doing for a sentiment. So I'm going to pop this one off to the side because it's sort of drying. I don't need that scrap piece of paper. Oh yeah, you're washing, would it? Actually, I do have washing on the line. It should dry amazingly quick, which is good, but then it means I have to deal with it. Oh no, blending is not hard, and the Stampin Blends actually make it nice and easy. You've just got to remember you need more than one layer. So what I am going to do, I'm going to open these up, and I am going to be using the brush tip, and I do want these, I'm not going to colour in the whole leaf. So it's telling us on here that we want this bit to be a bit dark. So you basically want these bitty bits a bit dark. Okay, so I'm not doing anything special out of the ordinary. I'm just dropping in some colour. And that is, and this is also a petal. Okay, then what I'm going to do, so that was the dark, and I'm actually going to, sorry, I had a heater on next to me and I'm starting to feel a bit warm. So then what I'm going to do is, coming in with the lighter one, is just blend out. So you can see, you can't see any lines at the moment. And then what I'm further going to do is, this is our colourless, well, it's called a colour lifter. So I'm just going to blend out those edges just a touch, actually. I'm going to start that one all again. And this is the thing, if you're not happy, you can start it over all again, but I'm going to go back to that one. So what I want to do is just blend all of these edges, so there are no harsh lines. So you'll be able to see, and I've missed this petal here, but you'll be able to see that the harsh lines that I have left here sort of dissipate as I circle over them. And this is just adding layers and layers of colour. So here, hey Beverly, sorry everyone, I've just missed here. So it's freezing, right? Well, I'm not freezing, not today anyway, which is a bit unusual. Now I just want to blend this one out. Now, because this leaf is in a bit of a different orientation, just going to pop in some light there, and I am just going to go over and pop some details in some of these lines, because they are the darker bits, and it's drawn in where there is some detail. So I don't know if this looks realistic or not, but I'm just going with it. And then I'm just feathering along these edges just to let them blend a little. And David's on the phone, so I apologise if you can hear him in the background. So I am not Copic certified or anything like that. I sort of play with colour as I see it. Now these bud ones I actually want to make significantly darker because there's a lot more colour on the outside than there is on the inside of these. So I am definitely going to colour them a lot more towards the top. Oh, went outside the lines. But that's okay. It's not real life. It's art. How am I going here, Wedgie, with my colouring? You love it. Is relaxing, and I almost sort of want to stop talking, but I realise you girls are all watching. So I think my colouring's okay. I haven't got a reference photo in front of me, which may have been a good idea. So just feathering out these edges just softens them a little bit. And once these ones are pretty much dry, now I can soften this edge quite a bit and push the ink into the paper to like erase my going outside of the lines. So I'll show you this big flower so far, so you can see how you're dark in the middle and it's faded out. So hopefully that shows you what I have done. Yes. I love erasing. Well, what it actually does, the colour lifter, and you'll see it here where it's drying, it actually pushes the ink deeper into the layers of the cardstock. Look, I should have had a spare piece underneath, but I need to change this out anyway. Okay, so on to upside down colouring in of this one over here. Right, so I just literally lay down the colour and hope for the best, because the good thing is with these is you can go over them and over them without pilling the paper. So I'm just blending those harsh lines and then just going over the edges with the colour lifter to blur them. And then where I've gone out a bit here, I will add a lot more of that colour lifter. So you can see I've almost erased this one over here completely. And this one here. Right. Now we'll go right way up for a second. Yeah, so there's no rhyme or reason to blending. Oh, darker first, not lighter. I prefer to work dark to light because that's just the way I like to do it. A lot of people work light all over and then go in with the dark. I don't find that works best for me, but everyone's individual, and the only way you will find out what works best for you is to play, really. And I have only ever owned Stampin Blends, so these are sort of the only alcohol markers that I own, and they certainly do work well for me. I'm happy with them. Sorry here, gone a bit quiet. The level of concentration. Now I will be going in and doing the greenery and the greenery, and I might make the stems green as well. Just keep it simple, it's two colour kind of thing. Now, if you're not happy with the depth of colour, you can go in and add a bit more dark in those darker areas where you may have just blended a bit more than what you liked. And I do want to add some dark along there, a touch in there. And then you can always, because I'm not happy with some of these edges, so I'm just going to concentrate very much on those edges and just go in again. So I think I'm happy with that, and just go in and just blur all of those very edges. And I try just to keep it on the edges to keep my blending exactly how I did it as such. Yes, I agree with you with the reds there. Reds are a pain to work with. Although, I'll just show you again this card. I did enjoy doing that card with the reds. But yeah, reds are a whole different ball game when it comes to colouring. And I think this Rococo Rose is just the perfect colour for your classic magnolias. And this is, oh, I've got a whole nother card front to do. Here I am going, I'm going to make some quick cards. Me forgetting that colouring is a process. But anyway, these bud bits are really quick and easy. But what I'm going to do while I have these open, I'm going to flick straight away to the second card and just go for it. So you're seeing my colouring in real time, which is good. And I'm choosing to highlight different spots on each petal, because you've sort of got the lines that guide you. And I am working fairly quickly because I want to go in and blend before this is all dried, which I probably have left it a touch too long, but hey, these things happen. Now you do get a bit of a scratchy sound. I don't know if you can hear that sound that it's making, but it does make a touch of a scratchy sound, but that's okay, and that's just the nature of using these pens. So I do make sure when I'm blending that I use circular motions, and I've just missed this petal here, and I do just like to go in and add a touch more dark. I don't know if that's a petal or not, but I'm making that part a petal right now. Okay, I am pretty happy with that. So now I'm just going to go in and blur my edges. It does make it a touch pinker, but I just makes a nice edge. Okay, that's that one done. So you can see it's slightly different. Oh, do you know what I totally forgot to do? I've added the dark one in here, but that's okay. I haven't gone in, and I don't like it when the detail isn't coloured in as such, just because it makes it as if you've almost forgotten something, but I didn't. I just missed it. So I just go in until I'm happy, and then I stop. Yes, go easy on the darker shades. Oh, hey Shelley, thank you for joining. Just having some fun with the Good Morning Magnolia set and our blends today. Okay, so these smaller flowers are obviously a lot easier to work with because you've got less area. Okay, that's that one done. And while I'm here, I will just go into this one. Okay, so you can see you're creating lots of different colours by just using these two blends and the colour lifter. If you are going to purchase Stampin Blends, I do highly recommend buying the colour lifter because it does get you out of many a sticky situation where you've gone over the lines like really badly, because you can now see right here I have pretty much, other than a touch of a touch up, I've pretty much erased where I went out of the lines. So that's touched up now and I'm happy with that. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna go, it's the whole relaxation. I always go quiet. It's not you, it's me. I'm in the zone apparently. Okay, so I'm making these possibly not so dark for this one, so we will see what comes of this one. But as I say, I can always pop in a touch more dark and darken up some of those areas that I may have, in my opinion, over lightened. Okay, I think I need to look at it right way up. Isn't that terrible? It is. And look, you can just keep it without colouring it, add less colour. There is just so much you can do with this stamp set. And I mean, I have barely touched the surface myself playing with it. So, yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Go in and blur my edges. And that is all the magnolia petals done, unless someone can tell me somewhere where I have missed a petal. But I think I'm actually pretty good.
I can't get the answer to that on app.
Siri's being a very nosy person at the moment. Yes, exactly, Jamie. Beautiful heat embossed and watercoloured, or just heat embossed on a darker paper and then like just put in a blend, use a blend or something to add in some shadows. So I'm just going to have a look at my colour chart here, work out which green I would like to use. I'm a bit of a fan. Actually, I think I'm going to go garden green. So my mint macaron's there. Now you'll be surprised because this is how the garden green swatches. And I do need to retrieve my bottle of water. I missed a partial flower. Oh, I did too. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Lucky I didn't put the blends away and I can come back. Right. I'll go in and quickly dump in some colour here. Yeah. I'm definitely changing this paper now. If it didn't need changing before, it definitely needs changing now. But it did. I dropped a couple of ink pads and whatnot onto it. Okay. So even without great colouring skills, I'm making these flowers look somewhat decent, which is the aim of the game. Thank you for that, Shelley. It is not missed anymore. So, what have I got? I've got dark here. And because the leaves are quite large and I'm not going for a super precise look, actually what I will show you, this is the light, so I'll use the brush end, but I will actually show you the bullet end and I'll show you exactly how detailed you can go with this bullet end. I'll show you on one leaf, but I do prefer the thickness of the brush end, especially because these leaves are slightly bigger and I do want the veins to just have a touch more prominent. So I'm basically just going to go over all of those lines and then I'm going to come in with the lighter one. So I'm going to do all these edges and just colour it in. So you can see, oh, you can see, oh my dear word. Okay, so with these little ones, I'm literally just doing that. I'm not worrying with the leaves if I go past the lines because, hey, they could be rustling in the breeze and no one would know. And then circular motions with the lighter. Go in. As I said, I'm going to make these stems green just for ease of use, because where's the end of that petal? Just going to define the end of that petal. Great, so I've got 2 of these to do now. So you can see just colouring these leaves more so brings these flowers to life. And I just went out of the lines a bit there, so I'll fix that up with this. And I've got a dark stem there, so add that in. I can just go over that area a little bit and get that Rococo Rose to blend deeper into the paper. So I'm going to make all of these little ones dark just because they'd be in the shadow of the bud. And these ones I'm not being particular. The larger ones you can definitely highlight the veins a bit more, but I'm just going for time here because I am aware you girls are giving me your time, and I just want to show you just how easy it is, and you don't have to be super particular. Like there, going outside of the lines. Oh, hello, Jenny. Oh, no, bad kitty. Hey, Lisa, thank you. What am I disregarding? You mean the spelling? Just making sure I'm getting any of those white areas. Okay, so I've done that half. I'll now splodge and do this half, and I'll do this bit here while I'm thinking about it. As I say, not being super particular with the leaves. But you can see it's a bit of a process, but look, it's really not taking me too long, and these pens glide across our Whisper White and Very Vanilla paper. Oh, that was a good throw, so it didn't fall on my paper. Because our Whisper White and our Very Vanilla paper are super buffered and super smooth, they are recommended for colouring with our blends. You can most certainly use other papers, but they're just not going to glide, and you're not going to get as good of a blending result with them. Must not forget this leaf. Now I'm thinking ahead a little bit here. Will I need to add any sentiments? Or do we keep it super duper simple and just mount them up? Because I can certainly add sentiments, but I'm not exactly sure what type of... I love that. I'm not kind of sure what type of event. I'd like to keep them fairly for any event. No, didn't forget the leaf at the bottom. Thank you, Shelley. I love these reminders. You are totally on the ball and on my back in the best kind of way. Love it. So did we think the granny apple green would turn out so well on the leaves? Hey Juanita, thank you for joining. And don't feel intimidated by these markers. They're not scary. They're just not even trial and error. You've just got to learn the medium, really. It's not that cold here. I swear my car said 20 degrees earlier. I'm just thinking. That was when I was leaving the hairdresser and my son, oh my dear word. My car had been sitting in the sun, so it was lovely to get into a nice warm car so my hair could dry. Okay, so we're going to go dark on the stem, and I'm just going to do this one dark because that makes life so much easier. And I just want to define that area like I did with the other one, and I'm going to colour these two in together. So you can see I'm working fairly quickly so the first colour doesn't dry and you've got the best amount of blending, because if you let the first colour dry completely on the paper, it's a tad harder to blend and not get that harsh or super harsh line. Okay, one more leaf on this half, and then we'll flick around to the other half. Love the granny apple green. Great. Rococo rose is so pretty. I didn't think I'd love this pink as much as I do, because it's a dirty pink, as in it's a warm pink. Because Blushing Bride isn't Blushing Bride between me and my friends. It's called Dirty Bride because it's a dirty pink. You may laugh, but we call things some interesting names. I won't tell you about all the stamp sets that have different names to what they're actually called, because that would not be G-rated for my video. There is one particular one in the catalogue, and my friend scarred me, and now I'm furthermore scarring other people. Bobby Fort is very, very cheeky, that is all I will say. Okay, colour this in. So I keep the paper moving depending on the direction of the flower or whatever. Just helps. I didn't do this petal, but I might make it into a leaf instead, and then no one will know that it was meant to be a petal. Make it into a leaf. Still works. There we go, petal into a leaf. Who knew? So how many of you own the blends? Do you enjoy them? Do you find them hard? Be just interested to know, because my next class, I'm doing a bird ballad class, and I do plan on playing with the blends with them, so see how they cope. They should be fine. They all go quiet when we colour. No word. No, 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 no. Not the terrible stamp set that I had to tell Sarah Douglas what that wording may mean in Australia. No, not that one. The one in the new catalogue, actually. Okay. I'm checking. All of this is done. All of this is done. Okay, we're done colouring. Don't know how long we've been here for, but you know, we're done colouring. Missing a lid. Oops. So that one is the dark lid. Okay, oh, we need to do the flower centres. So I'm thinking, without looking at a reference photo, I think I'm going to use soft suede. And I have picked out my dark soft suede. Just a touch of brown. No, I'm not going to use my dark soft suede. I'm going to use my light soft suede. Oh, I don't want that end. I want the brush end. I have a massive lot of 4 only. Ah, yes, those ones you were gifted when I was sitting with you at on stage. Ah, perfect for the centres. Just finishes them off perfectly. And because they're stamped in the black, you do have that darker already there. Just adding a second layer to get it a touch darker, because you don't necessarily need the light and the dark all the time. You can just add more layers of the same colour and that will make it darker. They are so beautiful. I'm so very, very happy with those. Put the darker one away because we didn't use it. The stamp set is stargazing, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, looking at sentiments. I've got hello, thanks, thinking of you. Enjoy today. I'm just looking at the space I've left myself to put a sentiment, and I can't really see a space. See, the thinking of you fits nicely there, but I'm just thinking, just thinking. Funny, because it's thinking of you. So what I do if I'm looking to see if things fit is I'm looking at this. So what would work quite nicely is if I'm thinking, thinking out loud here. I must be green because I don't see anything in that name or stamp sets. Stargazing. And it's not in the name. It's in an image. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to try the Rococo Rose. Just grab two, no, they're too big as scraps. Let's grab a scrap piece here. Pop that back. Mount this up. And grab my Rococo Rose ink. Yeah, I always do the whole stamp thing on my punches because it saves me a lot of time and punching out. I'm thinking I might stamp this in black on the Rococo Rose, actually. I might use the Memento rather than the Rococo Rose ink. I can see if I like it. It's okay, there are lots of space in here. Oh, it's not very black. It's okay, it'll do. I'm leaving it. It's handmade. It isn't quite as black. I think if I did it again, I would use my Stamparatus so I could stamp it a few times and get that sentiment really, really black. Oh, that's okay, Janine. Not a oh, Jeannie. Sorry, I had Janine here before. Okay, Jessica's got it. Yes, we did have that conversation at a team meeting. Okay, I'll put that Rococo Rose ink away because we didn't use it. So we have only used one ink pad, which is a bit fun. Okay, so I will punch this one out first. I'm just trying to get it straight. That's actually really hard to get straight because it's a bit of a my eyes are playing on me. That'll do. Just go for it. Just go for it. Okay, done. So they will go like this, and I will chop the end off. Or maybe they will go like this. Yeah, I think like that, but I'm just okay. Oh yeah, see, I've got my punches on rails in front of me, Donna, so I can just grab them down because I need to be able to see everything that, basically everything that I've got. Like papers and that I don't have to see because I do know what papers I own, but I do definitely prefer to see what I've got, so then I know what I can use, like punches especially, because exactly the fact I just use that punch for, you're able to see what's available and if it's going to fit. Thank you so much, Philomena. Technically, yes, I do. But Stampin' Up only have the shimmery black at the moment, as far as I'm aware. Someone can tell me if black embossing powder is actually current in the current catalogue, because I may have found some in my stash the other day. And if I really want to check, sorry, I bumped there. Just grab my T-square ruler and that's on straight. And then what I'm going to do, oh look how pretty the back looks. And then what I'm going to do is trim off the excess. Can't even cut straight. I don't have any black pigment ink. That is not anything that I currently own. But yes, you can emboss black pigment ink, but we haven't had pigment ink for a number. There you go. Is it only the shimmery one, or is it a plain black? Because I found a really old bottle of plain black and I did dump it back into my stash. I think that's straight. Plain. Yes, Versamark can be embossed with colours as well. But as I said, I did want to keep this simple. Yeah, that's straight enough. Straight enough. And actually, I'm going to use my big scissors because I find it easier. Thank you so much for that, girls. You're amazing, because I can't craft and look at the catalogue at the same time. So I'm loving the way these sentiments came up. And now I've just got to work out, and I can use this piece to check. Do I put them on a vanilla card base or onto Rococo Rose? So you tell me while I pop this rubbish in the bin. Okay, how neat have I been today? I'm rather impressed with myself. I will grab my thick Very Vanilla and have a look. Rose. I just did it because the sentiment does my head in. That sentiment isn't good to line up straight with. I can normally do it, but I just wanted to at least get the die cut straight. So it's unanimous. Yes, it is. And it was sort of where my brain was going. So simple as. You okay? Okay. Something fell from somewhere in the kitchen. Okay, score, cut, two card bases. Okay, and this scrap can go back. Okay, I will share with you guys, as per normal, my Stamparatus hack for having great card bases. So just use the Stamparatus without any plates. And Helen, who is actually on here, suggested this to me. Thank you, Jamie. They are Avery L Job ticket holders. I have amazing friends who sent them to me. Well, I purchased them, but they sent them to me because the postage to Australia is astronomical. Yeah, the back of the card is lovely. The back of the card is beautiful. And then I just pop back in my deluxe mat, back on my plate, and throw it back where it lives, and we're all good to go for next time. Right. Now, let's get some gluing happening here. No L. Oh, no L. Avery, you're right, Jamie. You're right, just Avery. Oh, dear. That's not good. Hail. Oh, are you kidding, Jamie? Jamie, you have connections. Or should I say we have connections. And I'm sure our connections will happily help you out. Now, I've got a huge glue boober stuck to my nail here. Get in the bin and stay there. Now, make sure I'm putting it on correctly. And that one. I never put the card front on the side that I've burnished with the bone folder, because the bone folder does just leave a touch of a sheen. Okay, that's card 1. And going to make card 2, because while we're making one, the Amazon postage is actually worse than their postage. And if you want a couple of other things, because I got a couple of other things with it. I ordered that glue after watching you work with it. Oh, awesome, Deborah. Yeah, I find it very, very easy to work with. I just make sure I remove the glue goobers before I start working. That's all I do. Okay. 2 cards. While it's still wet, get it correct. Right, 2 cards done. Lid my glue. Yes. And I've seen another one. I know Tombo hates you. Tombo quite often hates me too. So it doesn't exclusively love me, Miss J. Okay. Now, because I've made 2 beautiful cards and one of them will go out to one of you gorgeous people, and I am going to pop my details on the back. AGG. Oh, your ATG, right. Thank you, guys. Oh, is it? Oh, Jamie, that's not good. And I don't have any spares here, or certainly not enough to share. So, oh, my live video is interrupted. I have put my details on the back because you never know who is going to get in contact with you from giving you a card. So here is everything I have used today. And I've actually pretty much got it all in shot. How cool is that? So I have used the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. I've used Rococo Rose, Granny Apple Green blend set, so the light and the dark. I've used the color lifter and the soft suede for the center. Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which is blends safe. So you can see I did not get any bleeding of the black ink when I went over it. And we used the Timeless Label Punch. So I made 2, and just a bit of very vanilla cardstock and Rococo Rose cardstock. Thank you. I'm pretty happy. They've turned out how I envisaged in my head. And as we know, that doesn't happen very often at all. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Oh, I missed you popping, Kathy. So welcome and thank you. Thanks, Delinda. I hope to be back over the weekend, quite possibly. I've got a surprise birthday party for my granddaughter on Sunday, but I'll hopefully have some time. I've also got to finish writing up all my August birthday cards because I haven't got them all out yet. Awesome, Vicky. I have 2 shelves left in my craft room to do, and yeah, then my brain will be happy. But I have a to-do list to do before I get to that. Well, I'm glad I've amused you all while you did your chores. Thank